So I've decided that I'm not going to put any more massage ads out. I think there's one or two out, but they don't really get that many hits or viewers. But yeah, I'm not going to do any. I might do work if I get it, but I'm going to focus on just doing nothing. I really like the idea of being like a hamster in a hamster cage. I just sit and do nothing. I feel like I'm channeling a lot of energy or whatever, and I feel like I need to do that, and that would be better. I have Bobby back on my bed. That is Bobby. I can't really see him properly, but he is a blow up man. Anyway, and I am fantasizing about okay, this a Big Brother show fantasy, and this is just a really shitty video, nothing interesting in this video. But yeah, so you could have like look 10 Big Brother shows where it's all about kind of, it is focusing about religion. So it will need to be in a location that's like hidden, because it might anger a lot of people. But in the houses, each house will be run by a different language or a different country. And I have no idea like what will happen in it or whatever, but it could be focused on religion, which could rile up a lot of anger and tension. But it needs to be very broad-minded. Although I'd miss out the Muslim religion. Don't go there. This is talking about God. This is not talking about Allah. But yeah, to make it more of a entertainment thing rather than a religious debate or anything, you could have Big Brother as being the God. And in all the different houses, you could, I don't know, create like, I don't know, do something in the house that kind of points to Big Brother as being God, even though technically all the houses are going to have like different voices for God, or maybe even God might even seem different in all the different houses, which is kind of like what the world is today. You know, everyone's creating all these false gods or false views of God and false perspectives. So likewise, the same is going to happen in these houses. So if the French speaking house believes if the average person who speaks French thinks that God is this way, I guess the creator of the French show or the creators of the Portuguese show need to kind of interpret what the Big Brother needs to kind of be like an interpretation of what they would think the average God is. So it has to be a little bit broad-minded, because there are like lots of different dominations of people who believe in God, and yet they see a different side to it. So I don't know what it would be. It'd be interesting to see how the different countries, like the Canada one or the American one, they might be quite similar, but I don't know. It's up to the shows that do it, and then they can have like, I don't know how you do it. Maybe like a throne with like a TV on it, and you could have like, I don't know, how would you humanize Big Brother a little bit? Like not humanize it, but make it seem like a figure. How would you humanize or god eyes, humanize God eyes? I don't know. I'm trying to spin on the word. But I mean, you've got the big eye. That is actually a good thing. So you have like the big eye on top of like the maybe you could actually have it in like a sort of throne palace room where you have like the Big Brother eye in one space, and I guess all the eyes are different in different locations, so you could even have different eyes, but all an eye, and in all the different houses, and maybe even challenge the housemates and say that to win food or to win challenges you have to like bow down to this figure of an eye, and see how they react. Like if you've got like a priest in one house, or if you've got a strong atheist, you know, you might have them kicking up a storm and being like, I'm not bowing down to that idol or whatever, you know. Just see, make God, Big Brother God, and then have a show where they kind of like, where all the housemates kind of just show their anger or hatred or whatever. They just be normal people, just be real people who, I hate this term, real people. I mean, technically everyone is a real person. Even if you're a person going in there to be a fake character, you're still a real person, pretending to be a fake character. So I don't know, but yeah, be a real person and just get real reactions to how they think about this person being God. And then somehow in the middle, this is talking about the Globle one, somehow in the middle I could be like the princess, but I feel like I might just be like a small part of it. I mean, I could spend like an hour a day in each of these. How many hours? If there's 10 hours in a day, I could just spend like a different hour in a different house or something, and just kind of go around and just, I don't know how that would be, but if there's 10 houses, well, actually, there might actually only be 9 houses. There's going to be I think there should be an English one, but I feel like the English one might be better to try and focus on like joining it all and not making it an actual like show about a couple of people. Make it a show about all the houses and kind of looking. Maybe, I don't know. That's just an idea. But yeah, if I spend like an hour a day in each of the different houses, then that's 9 hours a day, and then the rest of the time I can just be in the temple room or whatever. And yeah, and that could be an idea, because it doesn't put too much focus on me, but it puts enough focus on me for me to get involved in these houses. And if God is a topic, I can say my views on I was speaking to someone in the jacuzzi yesterday. Again, I always speak to people in the jacuzzi. And yeah, she was proudly going on about how she worshipped Jesus, and Jesus is the way, and she was trying to convince this Muslim person or someone who's a semi-Muslim or something that Jesus is right, and he was going on about, well, we do think Jesus is this, and then I just came up with this whole Jesus is the Antichrist, don't worship Jesus, and I just did a complete reversal on everything that she just said, and she was like, oh no, it's only because you don't know Jesus. Like, so are you saying you know Jesus? You don't know his birth, you don't know this, just listed all the things that she doesn't know about him. Is like, do you even know his character or his anything? And she was just like, and then she got out the jacuzzi. It was like, yeah, but yeah. Anyway, but yeah, yeah, and I'm also listening to that "Nice to Meet You" song. I really, really love that song. It's so catchy. I don't know when you did it. It says 3 years ago. I don't remember this song. I'm sure I did see it, but I felt like something in my head just told me move on or don't think about it. I don't know, something like that. I sometimes I just do that, and I don't know, but I absolutely love this song. I don't know if I saw this time last year when I was going through all the singers' songs to try and work out angel names. If I saw this song, I don't understand why I wouldn't just like love it at first sight. So it's really strange, but yeah, it definitely ties in with things that I'm saying now, because she represents the angel womanhood, and I think Nicki Minaj is the leader of this group. I mean, really, it's actually Madonna, but yeah, she can't be the leader right now because she's too much. I think there's too much truth in her songs for her to be the leader. Whereas I feel like people would rather worship a god if it's kind of more about just entertainment or just. And Nikki does say kind of a lot of shit sometimes, like ranting on, and it's sometimes very, very intelligent and sometimes just random stuff, but it's easy to ignore the intelligence and just focus on the random shit and just be like, yeah, obviously this is just some sort of entertainment or something. But yeah, she's definitely the boss, and I kind of like have visions of meeting Nikki, and yeah, I feel like I'm definitely 100% going to be like, she's the leader, follow her, whatever she says, even if she wants to say nasty things about me. And this whole thing is the rise of the boss bitch. And then I was kind of, for me, a bitch is someone who is really nice to your face and then just insults you behind your back. And yeah, that is I think what she needs to do. She could be nice to my face and then just kind of insult me behind her back or whatever. I don't know what she'll say. I mean, I guess showing me support is going to help her, because if there is a big movement of people who think that I'm Christ, she needs she needs to look like she's on my side. But then again, if there's a whole big movement of people who absolutely hate me, she also needs to try and fit in with that crowd. I just don't know how people will react. I'm kind of I'm living in isolation because everyone I tell that I'm Christ just doesn't believe me and doesn't care and isn't interested, and just doesn't believe that a whole like thousands of singers or thousands of people could know about me and just write songs about me and yet choose to ignore me. No one can believe that, and therefore I'm just I just feel humans are all idiots. Like that's how I feel about humans. They're just all dumb, stupid, low intelligent life forms, and I'm fed up with them. Really, I really am. But yeah, I love that song, and it shows what needs to happen, which is that I'll give rise to all the females, which is the angel of womanhood. So I'll kind of give rise to all the female angels, and Nikki will be the leader, and we'll just go with the flow for a few years. I'll insult all the guys. Of course, they're not going to be very happy with that. So a lot of people are going to start hating me and pushing me away, and I'm probably going with the flow of the idea of the females, but also trying to big themselves up, which is good. It's fine, that's fine, um, because the guys do have an important role too. And I think there's a lot of people that believe that God can only be a he or only be a male, and therefore they would be far more tempted to listen to the males, or the male singers, or just the people in power, the people with the money. Um, so yeah, I don't need to help the people with the money. Why? Because the people with money can help themselves. If they have the money, they have the power to do that. So, but yeah, I don't know. When I'm thinking about this show, that's kind of how I think it should actually be a worldwide religious debate that doesn't include Islam or doesn't include Allah. The focus should only be on God, not Allah. I don't know how the Muslim world would respond to this, but if Big Brother is claiming to be God, whilst also knowing that Big Brother isn't actually a real thing, it's just a group of presenters or a lot of promoters and people, producers. That's the word. Big Brother is just a big bunch of producers, and so if the bunch of producers want to call themselves God, no one can really take that seriously because it's an entertainment show and stuff. So, but yeah, that is how I picture it being. Although I do think it should be in an unknown location because we don't want, I don't know, leaders from Muslim worlds or Christians who are devout. I just don't know how it would go with that because in England people don't really care about God or Christianity. They say that they're Christian, but I don't think many people in England take it seriously. Whereas I know people in America do take God very seriously. Some people just have no belief that they don't think they have a purpose in life unless it's to serve God. And well, if I go on claiming to be God, and they might think that their purpose in life is to kill me so that they can serve God. If they're so confused as to if they don't know who God is, then maybe God does want me dead if they don't know who God is. So yeah, I don't know, but I think the show probably should be in a hidden location unless it doesn't need to be, but I just have no